Oh, 70, just like instantly. Alright everybody, what is up? As always, thanks for stopping by to check out today's video. As you know, we travel around Philadelphia and the surrounding area, talking motorcycles, meeting up with other riders, checking out cool stuff in the area. So if you are into any of that fun stuff, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, and follow us on Instagram too, @TheMotoJohn, to stay up to date on everything we got going on. New posts, new videos, new rides and meetups. So today we are actually pretty far outside the city, heading west outside the city past Springfield, Media, Chadds Ford area. We are actually headed out to Brandywine Harley Davidson to meet up with a dude I've been chatting with on Instagram that works there. My guy Dan, we're gonna go meet up with him. We were messaging back and forth, you know, just talking about bikes and stuff. Like, I'm always down to do that. I'm always chatting with people about bikes on Instagram. He's like, hey, you know, stop out sometime. You know, maybe we ride some bikes or just BS and everything. Take a look at the showroom, all that good stuff. So I'm like, heck yeah, absolutely. I'll ride out there. I had been out there a few times in the past, last year, I think. Great dealer out in Chadds Ford. They're actually part of the Hannum's family and network of dealers. The dealer that you probably seen me at before was Hannum's Media. That's where I got this bike. You see me stop in there before. So that's Brandywine, where we're headed today. It's just a little bit farther out past Media. They also have dealers in like Rahway, New Jersey, maybe like, I forget where else, Scranton, Allentown or something like that. I forget. But they got a couple other dealers in the area. Make sure you check them out. I'm going to link up Dan's info and Brandywine's info down in the description. Anybody out in this area, southeastern PA, looking for a bike, you got to check these guys out. So check out their Instagrams, their website, all that good stuff. So like I said, Dan said ride on out. You know, we'll meet up, maybe ride some bikes, check out the showroom. So we'll see what we get into. If we're riding a bike, I wouldn't mind getting on the new Street Bob 114, obviously. Everybody knows I love that bike. But we will see what they got going on. Maybe hop on a Livewire, something like that. Who knows? I've always wanted to try that out. So we are almost to Brandywine Harley Davidson. We're going to pull in here. We'll check back in a minute. Alright, so here we are. We just pulled up to Brandywine Harley Davidson, out past Media, kind of like, damn, I don't even know where we are. Close to Kenneth Square. Oh, Chadds Ford, there we go. Out near Chadds Ford, PA, part of the Hannum's family, like I said. So we met up with my guy Dan right there, walking around the showroom. He's taking out a Livewire. And I'm going to hop on this bad boy FXDR right here. So this is going to be an experience. Alright, so we just took off out of Hannum's Brandywine parking lot. Like I said, I'm on a 2019 FXDR right now. Man, this is quite a different experience for me coming from the Sportster. The only other Softail I've ever ridden was the Lowrider S. And this is even still quite a bit of a different experience from that. So it's got those forward controls on it, which I was a little skeptical about at first, but I'm actually reaching them pretty fine. So the FXDR, of course, kind of has these like clipped drag bars a little bit. So I got to get used to turning with these drag bars, man. You really kind of got to like push and pull with these lower bars. I'm used to kind of like my Sportster mini apes being up nice and high. Yeah, but so far I'm reaching the controls fine on this. The FXDR definitely has kind of that like folded over taco type shape. You really kind of, I can see how your back could really get tired on this. It's got that wider back tire, so you're really gonna kind of like push and pull, lean into some of these turns. This is a kind of a nice road right here. Man, he was whipping that Livewire around real quick. I think I'm gonna hop on that next, so that's pretty exciting. Man, I'm really surprised at the controls here, I really thought I was gonna kind of be like reaching a little bit too much, but the controls actually feel fine. Like I said, the main difference is these freaking handlebars, man. Ooh. Oh, that power on that straightaway, man, that was awesome. Man, that power from first to second to third with a stage 1 on this Milwaukee 8 is pretty impressive, I'm not gonna lie. Man, that power of this Milwaukee 8 just pulls on this thing, man. Feels like it's gonna throw you right back in off the bike. This is nuts, compared to the Sportster at least. So this riding position, like I said, this is really not that bad. I do see how after a little while your back is probably going to get worn out and fatigued a little bit, but I mean, the comfort and agility of this Softail frame, I said it on the Lowrider S when I rode that. I mean, it just eats up everything. The weight of the bike is really not too bad, to be honest. Alright, so we're back at the dealer now. I think we're going to switch. I might try this Livewire. Alright, so I'm about to hop on the Livewire here. First time riding this. Alright, so we just fired up the Livewire now. He gave me a little intro to some of that. So, let's see how we go here. That rear brake's kind of stuck in there. Man, this is crazy. This is two totally different experiences than the Sportster. All right, like I said, so we just swapped out. My guy Dan up there, he's on the FXDR now. I am on the Livewire, no clutch, electric, all electric motorcycle right here that we're on. So, all right, we got the knees in close to the tank. We got kind of like the rear to mid set type controls with the feet. That brake is kind of set back in there a little bit. So we're going to do that same kind of loop that we just did with the FXDR. Oh, got launched up a little bit right there. We'll give us see how kind of agile and nimble this thing is. Oh yeah, you can whip this thing around. Man, you can feel when you twist this thing, it's just ready to pick up and go. Really efficient engine braking too. As soon as you let off, you feel it kind of going against itself with that deceleration there. I always wondered what I would think with like a rear set type controls or like leaned over like this with my feet behind me. I actually don't mind it. It's not that bad. It is a lot different being leaned over like this. Keep grabbing for that clutch. So this is probably the closest thing that I've ever ridden to like a sport bike position leaned over like this. And like I said, it's not that bad, but man, this thing is very smooth. It's just whoa! Oh man, this thing will take off when you crack that throttle. Good lord. I gotta say, I'm actually enjoying this more than the FXDR. I think I kind of like this tighter type riding position. Alright, so let's take this turn here. No shifting, no clutching. Just kind of lean right through the turn. Man, the experience with no shifting is very interesting. It's like I keep grabbing for that clutch, and that's what I've heard a lot of people say when they ride this Livewire, is they keep trying to grab for that clutch, they keep trying to shift a little bit. But man, this is a very smooth, comfortable riding position right here. This is pretty cool. Actually, some roads that I've never been on. And you can really kind of lean this thing over. I'm not trying to get too aggressive with this thing. $30,000 motorcycle. So I know there's a market and demand for this thing out there. I mean, obviously, you know, I don't think I would ever buy one. It's fun to kind of test one out like this today to understand what that experience is. Wow. Oh man, you can just feel the throttle, and just this thing just kicks and is ready to roll. It's give it a little bit of a lean through here. Oh yeah, just a little push. Tip it right over. It's so smooth with this electric engine. It's like you're waiting for that rumble, or you're waiting for that noise, but all you hear is just that mee. Definitely the smoothest motorcycle I've ever ridden. So here's a bigger turn, and again, like I'm thinking I need to shift, but you just let off the throttle a little bit, maybe hit the brake, power right out through that turn, and you're good to go. Man, if these things were cheaper, maybe as like a second or third bike, I mean, this would be amazing. This is very comfortable, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you have that leaned over riding position, but just the handling, the seat, the suspension, the engine braking, the actual brakes kicking in around, you know, stopping before some of these turns, then whip it through there. Very, very nice motorcycle. Very awesome electric motorcycle. I'm having a blast on this thing right now, I'm not gonna lie. I'd never kind of cared about the electric market or the electric space, but I gotta be honest, this thing is a blast. Man, huge shout out right now to Dan and Brandywine Harley Davidson for letting us take these bikes out. Man, this is awesome. A huge thanks to those guys. Especially a huge thanks to Dan, really appreciate it. These handlebars with just this little extra rise is just so much more comfortable than those clipped handlebars on the FXDR up there. Man, I was really taking some time to get used to those, but just this little rise really kind of helps for the position and the handling, in my opinion. I know people like the look or kind of the style of the clipped on certain bikes and everything like that, but I don't think that's quite for me. Oh, 70 just like instantly. Oh my god. Jeez, oh man, out of those turns. I can't even explain to you what this feels like when you hit the throttle. I tell you what, no matter what you think of this bike, the Livewire, or electric bikes, do yourself a favor and find a test ride of the Livewire. This is wild, man. Wow, that was amazing. Oh, the Livewire all electric motorcycle. We're back at the dealer right now. He's pulling in on that FXDR. I'll pull this Livewire up wherever, I guess. Just pop this Livewire right here. Wow. That was
I wanted to go a little bit longer. I got down, I'm like, wait a minute, he's never ridden that before. A little bit bigger loop.
No, that was, oh my god. That was insane. That was unlike anything. That was crazy. That was, it like you can, that took me longer to get used to, but you could just hop right on that in a couple little turns and you're like, I'm good to go on that.
Got you, yeah.
Wow. Alrighty, so we are back on the Sportster now, heading back towards the city of Philly. Just got off the FXDR and the Livewire, and now I feel like my Sportster has absolutely no power at all. Man, those two bikes were crazy. So that was an absolute blast right there, hanging out with Dan at Brandywine Harley Davidson out in Chatsford, PA. Like you saw there, we just got out on a 2019 FXDR and a Livewire. First time on an electric motorcycle. That thing was absolutely insane. Man, riding those two bikes was an absolute blast. Like I said, the FXDR was a little bit harder to get used to with those clipped handlebars and kind of the little bit of like the forward controls. Would have taken me a little bit longer to get used to the handling of that, especially with that rear tire. It's a little hard to kind of lean that thing over with that fat rear tire in the back, but still a ton of power in that thing, man. That was crazy. And then the Livewire, oh my god, that thing was just like a whole other beast, a whole nother experience that I have never even experienced before, and I'm glad that I got a chance to today. So I've got a pretty good feeling you guys are going to be seeing more of Brandywine Harley Davidson and Dan on the channel. I think we're going to be doing a little bit more of riding some bikes out there with those guys. That was an absolute blast, like I said. Huge shout out to them. I'm going to link up some of their info below. Go check out my guy Dan, and check out Brandywine Harley Davidson while you're at it too. We're going to have that stuff linked up down in the bottom. So that's going to wrap it up for now. A fun day riding some new bikes. New to me anyways. First time on the FXDR, first time on the Livewire. I would take a ride on the Livewire again any day. That thing is absolutely awesome. I would recommend everybody check that stuff out. But we're going to keep cruising along here, heading back to Philly. As always, thanks for tuning into this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Give us a like. Follow us on Instagram too, @TheMotoJohn. As always, ride safe out there. It's the Moto John. We'll see y'all on down the road. Peace.